Since arriving in Germany only a month ago, I've experienced big change, and that's in my training, in school, in just life. I mean, I would never be cooking the way I cook here back home. So it's simple stuff like, it seems simple, but it's big change that has all happened in a month. And in this video, I'm gonna be going through a whole day of my life, from when I wake up to right before I go to bed. We're gonna go through my life and how each part of my life has changed. Now, for context, it's nighttime because I'm recording this the night before, because in the morning when I get up, the rest of my roommates are asleep, so I gotta be quiet and I don't wanna wake them up. So, recording it now. But with this out of the way, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, where I'm gonna be starting my day with the best way you can start your day. And it's a Monday, it's gonna be tough, but got a nice run tomorrow morning, bright and early. So, see you guys for that. It's a good thing I recorded the intro when I did last night, because I went to bed a little later than I normally do. But also, I guess daylight savings was last night, so lost an hour of sleep. My alarm went off at 6 o'clock, and normally the sun from outside wakes me up, and it was still dark out. So I even had to look up, why is it so dark out this morning compared to yesterday? Because you lost an hour of sleep from daylight savings, which is weird because daylight savings in America was like 3 weeks ago. So I guess here, obviously, it's later. It happens later, but now it's whatever. It just took a little extra time getting ready. Since I don't have classes today because I finished my first class that I was taking this past Friday. Finished that up. Had the final exam, so don't have classes this week or next week, which I guess is nice, but classes were nice to make me a little more urgent in the morning to get my workouts done, but it is what it is. Obviously gonna take advantage of not having classes and just take that extra time in my day to get more work done. But it's even raining this morning, which hell of a Monday morning. Daylight savings, raining, the whole shebang. Alrighty, gonna start this run off real quick here. Now it's mornings like today that you just dread having to deal with, but in reality they're the most meaningful, the most important mornings. Because when it's dark, cold, wet outside, it's Monday morning, all the muscles in your body are sore and tight, and your brain's just telling you to get another hour or two of rest because you don't have anything to do urgently, and you could take longer to do those things, but it's your choice. But you got to stay strong and stay committed to what you say. And even though I took
a little longer to get out of the house to do my run. I still got out of bed, got the body moving, and just started my day off. And now I'm on my run, and yeah, it is wet and it is cold, and my legs are sore from last week's training, but I'm out here anyways, and that's what matters. Putting the miles in, like I said I was going to. Run is complete. It was a 5-mile warm-up run for the week since it's Monday, which I'm gonna start calling my Monday runs warm-up runs instead of easy runs, because it is just an easy run. But in that last mile, I've started doing strides to also warm my legs up for some fast paces later in the week. Like tomorrow I have a speed workout, so those strides, get the legs warmed up a little bit. Obviously I'm not going as fast as I'm gonna go in during those during the intervals tomorrow, but just getting them moving a little quicker than just my easy pace just in that last mile. And the way I was doing that is just, all right, I'm gonna start going fast here. I'm gonna stop at that light post 50, 60 yards away, whatever it is. I know last week I was timing it. I was doing just 15-second strides. But this week I had to turn my watch on waterproof mode so that my sleeve wasn't messing up my workout, because when I have long sleeves on, it'll sometimes start swiping the screen. I've had it where workouts end early because of my sleeve. But anyways, got the run done. I'm gonna go, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some stretching and mobility right away to get that out of the way and prevent injury. Just finishing up my stretching for after my run this morning, and this right here is the biggest change that has gone into my training, mainly because I never did stretching after workouts or after my runs, and that probably is what led to my injury 2 months ago. But 4 months ago. I guess it's been longer than I thought. But so that's like the biggest change that has happened for my training, because still do the same types of runs, and how I structure my weeks of training is the same. For running, that hasn't changed much, and once I am lifting again, my lifting will be the same. Well, I'll be lifting in the afternoon once I start lifting. Normally I would only lift in the morning. But anyways, so not a lot of big changes for my training, but that's fine. I'm still going after it in my training, still progressing, growing, and that's what matters. It's a little bit later. Breakfast is eaten, just a bowl of cereal, and not the healthiest cereal option, but it's healthier than the American counterpart for that cereal, Cocoa Puffs. But I ended up recording a short that should be released by the time this video goes out. Moving a little slower today. I'm a little behind for what I have scheduled here on my calendar. I'm looking at right in front of me here. And I had to go to a photography shop to get like a passport picture, but for my residence permit
for being able to stay in Germany. That I am postponing for now because it is currently raining outside. But in the meantime, I am going to start planning the next week's video. So come out a week after this, the video that I'm recording right now. Just get that ideated and figured out. After I get this video planned out, I'll be heading there, and that's probably where I'll check in on that walk. So see you then. Totally forgot, also drinking some protein and creatine in my shaker here. Not gonna say the brand of the products because unfortunately I'm not able to get my 1st Phorm products to Germany, so I'm just using these supplements until I get back to America. And I don't want 1st Phorm coming after me knowing that I'm using someone else's products. So we'll just assume I'm using 1st Phorm products. But either way, I love 1st Phorm products and I would love to have them here. Just they don't ship here, and I can't get them here because of Germany's rules. But if you want to try 1st Phorm products and you're somewhere where they ship to, links in the description. I highly recommend them. But back to my work here. Passport pick has been acquired. Also did some shopping. See you back at the apartment. Next week's video is going to be I'm going to be recording this weekend, and just my shopping haul and what shopping on a student budget looks like while in Germany as well, and just the meals that I'm going to be making for myself starting next week probably. But yeah, that's going to be next week's video, so stay tuned for that. Now the biggest thing that has changed for me and in my life since moving to Germany has been the fact that I just cook so much more now that I'm here alone. And because normally when I'm in America, either when I'm at school, I go to the cafeteria for every meal, or when I'm living back home at my grandma's, let's be honest, she makes most of the meals. And so I never really have to cook when I'm really anywhere. So when I came here, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go to the cafeteria like I do in America, and it'll be that. Cafeteria is way too expensive. So now I've started cooking every single meal for myself. Go out and I do the shopping for the groceries, and then I go and cook myself. That is the biggest change I've experienced so far with only being here for a month. And it's great. I get to choose what I want, and it's actually very fulfilling to, go and pay for your groceries, obviously do the shopping, and then put a meal together. Like the past 2 weekends, I've, planned dishes that I've never made before. They're not like super simple dishes. Never would I have thought, at least in my college life, that I would be making a meal like that. And it was amazing. So that's the biggest change I've experienced while living in Germany. And I just finished lunch, so now I'm going to get a lot more work done on YouTube specifically. I know that I'm going to record another short. I'm going to study. I'm actually studying one of Sam Sulek's grocery haul videos where he goes shopping, because my next week's video is going to be about, all about food and cooking, and then also starting it with a shopping haul. I'm not going to copy his content, but I just want to get inspired by his content, see what he does right, because he's got 4 million subscribers. He does something right. but yeah, and then just a little more smaller YouTube stuff along the way as well. Alrighty, got a bunch of work done on YouTube, new short recorded, studied a few of Sam Sulek's grocery hauls, planning for next week's video. And now I'm gonna go for a little walk, and I have some stuff to talk about on the walk. And it is important to say that I would never go for a walk just to walk in America. So another pretty big change. But let's get this walk going. Wonderful timing for the weather to start just pouring as soon as I am gonna go for a walk. But whatever. What I was gonna talk about, I can just talk about it right here. Was gonna try to switch up, the scenery since I've been in my room a lot of the day, but that's all right. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. I'm not gonna walk in it. But what I was gonna talk about is just another big change that has happened since I've been here. It's perspective. It's that the fact that I see things differently. I mean, just when I'm walking through, when I'm just going for a walk, I notice things more. Like I appreciate, I appreciate the simple things more. The simplest way to put it, I appreciate the simple things more in everything. But I notice it the most when I'm walking. Like for example, I went for a walk yesterday, and I ended up tracing back my steps of the walk I took to get from the central train station to my apartment. It was an hour walk. For context, I got off the plane, took a bus to the city where I'm living, and from that central station, which is where I got dropped off by the bus, I was in a brand new country. With people that don't, they speak English, but they're going to try speaking to you in German first. And yeah, I got dropped off and kind of just had to walk an hour with my luggage to my apartment because I didn't know how to use the buses. And the bus that I took from the airport to here, all the information was given to me. So all I had to do was, walk to it, get on, pay it, and I was on my way. But anyways, when I was walking yesterday and I was retracing the steps, I noticed so much more than that first walk that I took. Really, for the first portion of the walk, I didn't even realize that it was the same street. It was crazy. And it's not like it was different weather out or something. Both days were sunny, and it was just a weird perspective to have. It's like I walked this route a month ago, and now I see it in such a different way. And I can say that for a lot of things, more than just like places I'm walking, like just life in general. I see it from a different lens, and that's something I would have only gotten from coming here, or I don't think I would have gotten that perspective change without coming to Germany, without cutting out all my routines and moving away from everyone I know and everyone that knows me, and just putting myself in this new situation alone. It's a big perspective change that I've gotten from it, and it's not a bad thing. None of this has been a bad thing. I have nothing bad to say about moving to Germany yet. So we'll see. I got 4 more months, but now that I'm not going for a walk, I'm just gonna go start prepping for dinner, and then make dinner, eat dinner, and then not much left for the day. Dinner cooked, eaten, and all cleaned up. Good dinner. It's what I have most weeknights. It's just chicken breast and cheese on a tortilla. I'm just about to go have my late night snack, which I'm gonna have a bowl of Honey Wheats cereal. Good amount of carbs, less sugar than the cereal I had this morning. And then I'm also going to have a banana with it, just some more good carbs for pretty much the reason I have the snack and why it's a bowl of cereal always, and I'm going to be including a banana tonight, is to just get a good source of carbs the night before a run. It also helps me get the final calories in that I need because I do track my macros, and I'll discuss this more in next week's video, like what my actual macro goals look like. So that's another reason I do this. After I eat my snack, I'm gonna do my daily phone call with my mother. It'll be 1 o'clock for back home. So I mean, it'll be 8 o'clock here, 1 o'clock in the afternoon there. So that's just always when I call. So I'll do that, and then I'm going to bed right after I make that phone call. Reminder, next week's video it'll have a grocery haul. It'll have me talking about my nutrition, my meals, and just dive into that side of my life in more depth for a complete video. And more specifically, being on a college student budget in Germany. And then another reminder, still working with 1st Phorm, like I said earlier in the video. Links are in the description if you want to check those out. Obviously, I highly recommend their products. And then that's it. See you guys in the next one. Peace.